Did you know that Aduro was just featured in one of the articles on CNBC's website? Yes, this tiny company was just featured in an article on CNBC's website. Here's the article. These stocks are key to improving plastic recycling. So here's the article. As advanced recycling strategies gain favor, Berkeley sees an underinvested way to play the theme. Analyst Catherine said, there are both economic and environmental reasons to consider advanced recycling, which involves purifying plastic so that it can go back into the circular economy. As she said, a crop of companies providing the feedback needed to process have been overlooked by investors. Advanced recycling has immense potential to transform the plastic waste crisis. Hello? Haven't we been talking about this in this channel? Take soft drink bottles. Producers can reduce costs by 27% when the bottles are made using plastic from advanced recycling rather than from virgin plastic derived from fossil fuels, according to data released this year by American Chemical Society. A silver bullet for waste reduction. That adds an economic layer to the argument for advanced recycling, which also has been seen by experts as an alternative model that's better for environment. That's because it helps increase the amount of plastic that gets reused rather than creating more while using plastic head to landfills. It is a silver bullet for recycling plastic waste that can't be processed using traditional methods, she said. She said investors have been warded off the theme by what she views as unfounded arguments around the maturity of advanced recycling technology. While more investment is needed, the view of the technology as being in its infancy is incorrect, given that some elements have been around for about half century and are at commercial capacity, she said. The idea has also been raised that there is insufficient need for advanced recycling if plastic is banned. But she noted that the demand for plastic continues to rise and there is no global ban expected on at least the near horizon. Of course, there's going to be no ban. Despite the misconceptions, she noted recent movement in the market with multiple public companies entering this space in recent years. There's two ways that is mainly happening. First is a direct relationship with companies building advanced recycling factories. The other is more indirect, with companies adding products or services needed for companies looking to ramp up capacity. Advanced recyclers. Despite growth in this space, she knows that there are just a handful of companies with a notable exposure to advanced plastic recycling. She said Aduro Clean Technologies and Loop Industries are both pure plays, but are relatively small. That's what I like about the microcaps. There's a lot of things you can hate about the microcap space, but what I like about this is that there are certain instances that you find the diamond in the rough. Barely anybody knows about it, but they have something special. And then people discover it. At first, they're like, no, this is not true. This can't be true. The same thing happened with Oracle. When I discovered it, the market cap was $3 million. They were going to roll in Santa Thomas into it. No, this is never going to happen. Blah, 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 blah. The value of the property is less than the bicycle that I bought for my children. That's what I was told. And the same thing now. Marius doesn't have a way to tell whether this technology works. It's too good to be true, blah, 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 blah. And then we have Shell signing up. We have people from different companies joining the startup. And now you have articles on CNBC talking about it. I wonder, it's almost like the water boiling. it feels like the documentary is coming up next month. More people are finding out about it, but the float is tiny and tiny and tiny, and the stock is going up every day almost. So she said Aduro Clean Technologies and Loop Industries are both pure plays, but are relatively small. Though considered a small player, Loop has to expand to capacity through new plants in South Korea and France, blah, blah, blah. I'm not going to read more about Loop. Here are some names either traded in the U.S. or with U.S. Listed shares she is following. Aduro is number one. It's in alphabetical order. So Aduro is number one on the list. Pure Cycle is the last on the list. Yet Pure Cycle has a market cap of almost $2 billion. That would make it 20x for Aduro just to catch up. So anyway, I think it's good stuff, don't you think? On CNBC, there'll be more coverage. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below.